This is the first episode of Movie Sense. I'll be your host, DJ Selby, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at DJ Selby1. Also, you can find me at selby.dj on Instagram. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna welcome Adam, and we're gonna be talking Movie Sense. You can find Adam at
Adios and Chow Chow, the letter N. ADIOS, the letter N, Chow Chow.
So Adios and Chow Chow.
At Instagram, I don't have a fancy sexy Adam Romero 1.
So is that Spanish
That is Spanish and French.
That's Spanish and French. Adios and Chow
right?
Chow.
Or Italian?
N is in Nathan or Nancy.
I don't know. and Chow Chow's in French or Italian? I don't know.
We're gonna introduce Mark.
Mark F's Modern Life is Instagram, and that's English for Mark F's Modern Life. You can also find me on Farmers Only as the Rusty Hay Baler. So make sure to find my username on Farmers Only.
So I'll have it at the bottom of the screen. Everyone's plug. Also, we're doing another plug for something that's in the works. Could you tell them about that, Mark?
Feel free to follow Movie Sense on MySpace. We're still in the beta phase testing of the MySpace Movie Sense page, but I think we're gonna work out on the nooks and crannies with that. So
yeah, it's a little harder with MySpace because Tom is still on board.
Yep.
And I think he's 70 now. This marks his 70th birthday.
Yeah, he's going down with the ship.
Tom, yeah. So it's in beta testing. You're right. We're in the beta stage. And yeah, so that's going to be something to look forward to is MySpace.
The next venture.
It's the next social media market, I think. It's new. In case you haven't heard of it, it's great if you have a band that no one wants to listen to.
Yeah.
You can go on there and listen to music that you can record in a room just like this or in your mom's room. Or both.
Or basement.
The Screamo music database is MySpace.
I'm more of a ska guy. I don't know about you.
I'm openly reggae, so that's fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When did you come out to your parents as being reggae?
Openly reggae? Well, a couple days ago was National Coming Out Day, and I had to let them know that I'm Ja.
Nice.
All with it.
I like it.
And what was yours again? What was your guilty pleasure music?
Man, anything that like tweakers listen to.
Okay.
I enjoy that.
Hardcore polka.
Like hardcore.
Oh, okay.
Anything tweakers listen to.
They're hip to it.
Yeah.
I like
enjoy
that.
it, yeah.
We're talking current Halloween movies that are out. We're also talking Halloween movies that are coming out soon in the month of October. Something to catch for Halloween. And I'm going to start kicking it off with It. Guys, It. Stephen King. What did you guys think about that?
The new It takes Pennywise from the very animated television special It, and now takes it to Peter Skarsgård, and now it's just this sinister, more animated version of Pennywise.
Actually, I think it's Bill Skarsgård. Peter Skarsgård is Bill's unpopular cousin that's a janitor on weekends over there at the Hopping Glow. So it's Bill Skarsgård. I'm sorry. So directed by Andy Muschietti. He also directed Mama, which was produced by Guillermo del Toro. So if you're a fan of Guillermo del Toro, Mama's a good movie to watch. You have Andy Muschietti showing some stuff that I've never seen before in horror that I thought was cool. It's a great Halloween movie to watch all together. Is Mama and also It.
There's a lot of mamas I'm scared of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mamas that I'm worried about. But let's talk about... My camera person can't be laughing. Let's just say Guillermo del Toro in general. Adam, tell me about Guillermo del Toro. Tell me about him.
I enjoy me some Guillermo del Toro. He has a good vibe to him in his movies. Even something like Pacific Rim, that has a vibe to it.
Yeah.
I never was into the. I was like, Hellboy seems to do like a campy. I'm not into it, but it's dark. It's good.
It is good.
And he has that same kind of vibe through all of his movies so far. So what I've heard from Mama, I want to see because of that.
So if you want to see a good movie this Halloween, I would recommend it. Okay, Bill Skarsgård, not
Peter.
Peter
And not
Skarsgård?
Alexander Skarsgård either.
No, Alexander Skarsgård. I think he's doing Battleship 2 right now. So be on the lookout for Battleship 2. He
Rihanna's
comes
making
back.
a triumphant
return.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she is. But I think that as far as a Halloween movie goes in theaters, it is the one to see. What did you think about his performance as the clown, Pennywise?
How Peter is it Peter?
No,
Bill.
it's Bill.
Bill.
It's Bill Skarsgård.
Wow. So how, in comparison with Bill Skarsgård and what Tim Curry actually did, in comparison to the Pennywise clown, you had a real more classic clown look with Tim Curry, but then what Bill Skarsgård ended up doing with this version was make it more. I kind of got like the vaudeville kind of clown vibe from him, and it just. He looked very sinister, way more than how Tim Curry looked. Because if you look at Tim Curry when he was playing Pennywise, it looked like, well, this clown looks, it's like a creepy rent-a-clown that you get versus Bill Skarsgård, which looks, this clown looks like he's just up to no good.
And then I wonder how much Tim Curry had, since he was that was prime time Tim Curry right there. How hot was it before Rocky Horror Picture Show or after? That where you would have that idea of Tim Curry, and then now he's the clown. He's Pennywise. You know, I mean, a lot of like characters you see in movies, you have that character as your idea of them, and then going into that clown, you go, oh, that's.
You definitely wouldn't see Tim Curry. You don't see Tim Curry behind that role himself. It's just like this is another manifestation of a character. It's almost as like with Heath Ledger as the Joker in Dark Knight. You don't see Heath.
No, you never would have thought it'd be Heath.
Yeah.
You know what? You made a good point because Tim Curry, he did do Rocky. He did Rocco's Modern Life horror show.
Rocky's Modern Picture Show.
And he did Rocky Horror. He did the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I think he was. Also, he was in what was the other movie? That
Home Alone 2.
Home Alone 2. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't really care about that performance.
Oh, how dare you?
Yeah. When I think Tim Curry, I think about Rocky Horror Picture Show, which was, in a sense, campy in its own way, but very dark, right? You got the songs, you got the dancing, which is also a good Halloween movie to watch, is Rocky Horror Picture Show. I love it. Another movie that he was in a long time ago when he was thin was that whodunit movie.
Clue.
Clue.
My wife's favorite movie.
A whodunit murder. Clue. I loved it. I showed it to Dolly not that long ago, and she loved the movie too. Alternate endings.
Very good camp.
Oh, yeah.
Very good camp. Tim Curry did amazing. Running around. That's probably why he was so thin in that movie, by the way, because they make him run around at least in 15 different scenes and 15 different cuts and takes of that.
A lot of coke, I would imagine, too.
And the cocaine.
Yeah, the cocaine had a lot to do with it, too. I would imagine. Rocky Horror Picture Show.
But going back to it, Tim Curry, he was able to make this clown be very friendly, jokester, more clown type. And then he was creepy and freaky. But then with Bill Skarsgård, now, is that Peter Skarsgård's cousin, Andy Skarsgård?
Ricky Skarsgård.
Ricky Skarsgård.
Damon Skarsgård, Keenan Ivory Skarsgård.
There's there's Damien Skarsgård, there's Keenan Ivory Skarsgård, you got Marlon Skarsgård, and you got, which one's the other one?
Skarsgård. I wish.
But, anyway.
All the Skarsgårds, man.
All the Skarsgårds, yeah. I think a few of them.
Too.
I think one of them directed "Don't Be a Menace." I'm not sure, but so it's the movie to see. We're gonna edit a lot of what we just talked about. Happy Death Day, you guys. That came out this weekend. Okay. And it actually came out last weekend, in case I have to edit for later. It actually came out last weekend, which is great in case the movie doesn't come out till next week.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So anyway,
how was it?
Happy Death Day. I'm gonna tell you about Happy Death Day. I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw the movie Happy Death Day, and I think it was a cool movie. I think it was fun. I'll tell you a little bit about Happy Death Day. For the month of October, we have the slasher film about a college student who's reliving this day of her murder at the end of the day. And it's also her birthday. So, I mean, I guess that's where Happy Death Day comes in at, because it's also her birthday. So she has to discover the killer's identity. And this is what helps her think that maybe she doesn't die anymore. That's part of the whole premise, is that she has to relive this day. It's like a Groundhog's Day gone
Meets
terrible.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Meets Edge of Tomorrow. Also meets Van Wilder, I think. It meets also Van Wilder in a way because it's like
college.
You know, because it's the college and the sororities.
Meets the Purge with the mask, because the campy mask. You gotta have the campy mask for sure.
So, Happy Death Day. Basically, it's a fun. They know they're funny. They know that they're making fun of the movie slasher genre in a way. You know, they're taking bits from Scream. They're taking bits from I Know What You Did Last Summer. They're kind of giving you that whole mix. Yeah. And it's a slasher that's got full of jump scares, and that's what they're relying on. And they know they are, and that's okay. They're like, hey, we're doing this low budget movie, because it's low budget. The movie is itself, right? And it's Blumhouse, and Blumhouse does some pretty cool stuff. And I just think that overall, it's a cool, fun movie. What do you guys think? Was this something that you would take your loved one or close friends to go see?
I think it'd be something you definitely want to go see with probably take it in, if you can take it in the spirit in which it is, like when you knew what the Purge was going to be. Take it. Well, I would personally. I'd probably do a nice little Netflix run of it, like just wait for Netflix.
Yeah.
Seems like it, and then we just watch it at the house. There's nothing tied to it. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get that.
That's personally for me. I think that'd be the best way to go about it if you're gonna do it.
So one thing that bugs me a little bit about this movie is the director, Christopher Landon. Not him. He doesn't bug me. It's not like I know the guy.
What do you got against him? What do you do
like,
to you?
He's coming over all the time asking for sugar. No, that's not the case. Christopher Landon, young, handsome, attractive dude. He looks like he should be in the movie. He should be one of the sorority boys next to Van Wilder.
Yeah.
But no, this director, Christopher Landon, he directed Paranormal Activity 3, or actually he wrote on Paranormal Activity 3, but he directed Paranormal Activity, the marked ones, the Cholo version. The marked ones. Also, he directed The Scout's Guide to Zombie Apocalypse, which is a very jokester, funny. If you haven't seen it, you can totally Amazon Prime it. You can, and it's almost like this movie came out and it's like a mixture of The Scout's Guide and paranormal. It's like, we're making this scary movie and you're supposed to jump and get scared, but it's also funny in a way. And I think that's kind of like the mixture of those two movies in a sense, that he's like, you know what, I did this end and I did this end, and I kind of want to do this middle end right here and see how this goes and dip my toes in this middle. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, and he's going to definitely get butts in the seats for sure.
He's doing all ends.
Mm-hmm. And for the day that it comes out, like, you're going to have people there. Yeah.
There's every end is getting touched in his genres of horror movies. Blumhouse, real quick. Blumhouse production company. Blumhouse did support Happy Death Day. That is their production. They did Whiplash, surprisingly. So when you talk about low budget movies and this production company, they don't play around because they do some pretty cool stuff. So they do have a decent track record. It is a little sketchy because they did take part in Paranormal Activity. And then you did Whiplash, their production with Whiplash. They did Sinister, which I love Sinister.
Sinister's a good movie.
Sinister's a great movie. Ethan Hawke in Sinister.
Yep.
Little fun fact. The family in Sinister, and they're called the Oswalt family. And the reason why is because the director was a huge fan of the comedian Patton Oswalt. So he actually named that family the Oswalts.
In an Easter egg for Patton Oswalt.
In an Easter egg for Patton Oswalt.
Dang.
Coming to a theater near you, Patton Oswalt in Sinister Donuts. Sinister Donut Shop.
In a haunted donut shop eating
This
donuts.
is an Easter egg for Patton Oswalt's next scary movie.
Live from a haunted donut shop, Patton Oswalt.
Who did that? But I don't think we got to go any deeper into Happy Death Day. It's a funny movie. It's a fun movie. If you're in high school and you like slasher movies like MTV's TV show Scream, where they kind of just tell you I'm making fun of this and it's obvious, then go ahead, watch Happy Death Day. I think that it's definitely worth a matinee at least. If not, you're not into it, then wait. You tell me a little bit what you think about Snowman and what you thought of the movie.
Well, I think myself, Michael Fassbender, I'm gonna be in. I got a man one for. I got a big one for Michael Fassbender. I love me some him and Tom Hardy are my two.
Are those your guys?
My guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, my guys. So I'm gonna be into it. It does have a nice, good. It has a weird, a good like creepy vibe to it. Like a creepy, like you get like a European creepy vibe to it, and I really like the vibe personally that I got off of it. What about yourself, Mark?
Michael Fassbender, in my opinion, is one of the best actors of this last decade. And with him going into this step, a bold step as well, because normally actors of his caliber won't essentially take a step back. And what I mean by that is that, well, you're doing all these epic movies minus Assassin's Creed, and then you end up doing a horror movie. A lot of people in Hollywood, a lot of people with other careers like Michael Fassbender would think that would be a step back. But let's see what happens with it, because I would imagine him looking at a script and saying, well, I'm on board with this, minus probably what the contract's paying him, but otherwise, he's probably looking at the script and thinking that there's some good to it, and hopefully when we see it in theaters, it actually comes to a good product.
My one thinks that like now we have this past few years where actors like that can they're just taking the role, saying, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Like now I feel like the directors they're taking these weird leaps to where you might be like, yeah, let's do it. Where it used to be just for the paycheck, now they feel they can actually give them the reins to run with it a little bit.
Exactly.
See what they could do with it. I mean, that's kind of a big deal especially for.
And that's what I think Michael's doing in this regard, because it's still like Michael Fassbender and horror. Those are two bubbles you never thought were going to mesh together.
But what movie it kind of gave me the vibe of is Prisoners. Did you guys remember Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal in Prisoners? It was, it took place in the snow. It was a crime thriller drama. What happened to my kid? Blah blah blah. I'm trying to find out. Really good movie. And who directed that movie actually was Denis Villeneuve. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Denis V. I'm gonna call him Mr. V.
Yeah.
Mr. V directed this
Danny,
movie.
Danny Villeneuve.
Denis V.
Good Philadelphian.
He directed this movie, Prisoners, and that's the kind of vibe I'm getting from The Snowman, in a way that it's like it's a thriller, it's a horror, it's an action, it's a crime drama. I'm kind of getting that vibe from Snowman.
What was Villeneuve's? What was his? So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, I could see that.
So and then Snowman, I'll tell you a little bit more thoroughly about it. So basically, the premise is this: there's a detective. He's investigating the disappearance of a woman. There's some kind of snowman involved, and they're trying to figure out, why this people are getting murdered, and they keep seeing snowman appear, and there's more in depth about what the hell's going on. But basically, it is like a crime thriller drama. Michael Fassbender. The name of the movie kind of sounds silly, but then when you watch the trailer, you're intrigued. You're intrigued by this movie, The Snowman. So that's coming out soon. This is going to be something that I feel is a great Halloween movie to watch, because there is a tinge of horror that's mixed in with this movie. There's a tinge of horror, and I think any crime thriller really is horrifying if you think about it, because when you think about crime movies, they can happen. Like crime movies are basically going off of what some retired police officer was like, yeah, there was this one time we found this guy who chopped off this woman's head and put it on a snowman.
We couldn't find him.
And then
he's still out there.
He's still out there. And
real life horror movie.
Yeah,
and it's
at the end when they say that too, the killer has not been found. You're like,
the killer's never been found. And then the part they don't put in the movie is like, yeah, we found a bucket of Fun Dip next to the body. We don't know where that came from. We thought it was crack, but we found out no, it was Fun Dip. It was blueberry.
No,
Blueberry
it's
Fun
quite
Dip.
delicious.
Real quick, I'm gonna just do a quick rundown of the Snowman actors. There's some top tier actors that are in this, and when I say top tier, I'm saying J.K. Simmons is in this movie. Rebecca Ferguson, she's awesome, and we also got Val Kilmer. And then we also got Chloe Sevigny. And Val Kilmer. When I say Val Kilmer,
Val Kilmer alone.
Yeah.
Okay, should I not go any further on Val Kilmer?
No, yeah, where are we going with Val Kilmer?
I know I want to know where.
Yeah, I want to know where we're going with Val Kilmer.
With Val Kilmer, for some reason he was doing a lot of movies with 50 Cent for a while. I don't know if you saw those movies on Netflix. There's a lot of Val Kilmer and 50 Cent duos. There's like at least 3.
Was that like the DMX and like Steven Seagal type of like?
It was like it was like the Steven Seagal, DMX, and combo tag team.
Yeah.
And they were doing Val Kilmer was doing some pretty Netflixy things on Netflix with 50 Cent. Believe it or not, the movies weren't that bad. check them out. Just Netflix Val Kilmer and you'll see them. Or Netflix 50 Cent. You can search them and you'll find those movies.
Throw my whole queue off. Yeah.
Moving on to one that's my personal favorite that's coming out, and I'm sure you guys are all excited. Tyler Perry's Boo 2.
Oh, Be Still My Heart.
A Madea Halloween.
Yeah. Color me there.
That's coming out.
Yeah.
That's a thing that's happening this month.
It's happening.
Tyler Perry in any aspect scares the hell out of me. Honestly.
Because it's real life. It could happen in real life.
It could happen in real life. It's like a crime thriller. It's like a crime
that he's getting away with making movies.
He's literally getting away with he's a thief. Yeah, it's great. And it could happen to you.
Yeah, it could. And
wow.
Nothing against Tyler Perry as a person.
Yeah.
I think he dresses really nice. Yeah. I think he's a snappy dresser.
I have a feeling he dresses like Sunday church.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to Sunday church every time he's on the news or wherever the media is.
Yeah.
I will tell you this.
He does not wear Steve Harvey type suits.
He's not a Steve Harvey type suit wearer. But so Boo is coming out, or Boo 2 I should say, and that's a thing. So I don't really want to go further into this topic because I don't want to piss anyone off.
We may lose sponsors.
Yeah. One last horror movie that I want to talk to you guys about that's coming out this month. October 27th, we're seeing Jigsaw. We're seeing Saw again, you guys. Saw. And it's called Jigsaw so that people know where the word saw came from. They're like, that's why it's called Saw. I thought they were looking for a saw the whole time.
Yeah.
And
that was the journey of all the saws.
In the first movie, they use a saw, remember, to cut their leg off or whatever?
Yeah, you wonder.
And everyone's like, oh, that's why they call it Saw.
The plot
Not because the guy was called the Jigsaw Killer. It's because of the saw. He was trying to saw himself, so all the movies were called Saw. But anyway, Jigsaw's coming out this month, October 27th. Basically, the bodies are turning up around the city. And there's an investigation, and they're starting to discover that the suspect is possibly John Kramer, the Jigsaw Killer. And basically, he's been dead for 10 years, you guys. So what do you think when you saw the trailer coming out, checking this out, overall, what did you think, Adam?
Overall, I think they're going to try to go a different route versus having the past few have been kind of straight and narrow. They know what works, they know what sells, they know where their bread and butter is at. I think they're going to try to go a little bit off and try to go back to their roots of it. We're having that real twist to it where you just weren't expecting it coming. I think that's where they're going to go with it, to try to revamp it again, because how many times they say they were done doing Saws?
Are you excited though? Are you excited about this?
You hear it and you go like, all right, this I think I'm going to see. I think I'm going to check it out. I mean, who's the director of this?
So the director of Jigsaw is they're the brothers, the Spierig brothers. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, and I'll get people trying to correct me, but it's Michael Spierig and Peter Spierig. And then their cousin Jimmy Spierig is the janitor.
The other janitor.
With Peter Fassbender.
What was it at the Mop and Drop?
Yeah, so over at the Hop and Glow, actually.
Oh, the strip club is the Mop and Drop.
The Mop and Drop's the strip. So anyway, the directors of this movie is Michael Spierig and Peter Spierig, Spierig brothers. They directed a couple of movies that I don't know if you want to call them indie. They're just infamous, I would say, infamous movies. You had Daybreakers. So you were kind of giving us a rundown about Daybreakers, and you saw it, right, Adam?
Yeah. It was. I mean, it's nothing to really be stoked about, but it's still one of those movies you'll see. It's good, but at the time, Ethan Hawke was still doing it, and there is a plague in the not so distant 2019 that we speak right now, that a plague is taking over humans. They're turning into vampires. There's now a blood shortage, and there's a scientist played by I believe Ethan Hawke who's trying to come up with a cure, and drama ensues. It's fun. And yeah, it wasn't a terrible movie.
It wasn't like crazy good. It was just, or it was
going into the vampire craze.
Yeah. I wonder if it was. I don't know if it was during the time when what was that movie? Where another one with like Josh Hartnett, where they had the like in Alaska.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 40 Days of Night, but is that what it was?
40 Days of Night.
No, is it 40 Days?
30 Days. It's 30 Days.
What's the other one?
40 Days a Night is the sequel to 30 Days a Night.
Is that where he's like, all right, I give up.
10 days.
And that
That's the extra 10 days of night that we didn't get. That's the director's cut.
yeah.
That's the director's cut. That's the extra 10 days. But
Yeah.
30 Days a Night is Josh Hartnett. You're right.
Yeah.
But anyway, and before I go deeper into who's behind this movie, Jigsaw, I wanted to kind of get your idea of what you thought, Mark, as far as the trailer goes. When you saw the trailer, Jigsaw, what did you think?
I instantly thought of a cash grab done again by the Saw family.
Okay,
you know
yeah.
what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
But with this movie with alternate title, I'm now getting the idea across that we now have a finalized last Saw movie.
The last Saw movie.
Now, if we get that, that'd be great, because now I think this whole franchise as a whole has ran its course for now.
Okay.
Of course, about 10 years from now, they're going to reboot it, of course.
Right.
Or something of that nature. But now, to see it come to a close, hopefully they can, like all good things, they just go out with a bang. You know what I mean?
You know, I'm worried. I have my reservations about this movie, and I think that one of the problems that I have is that writer Pete Goldfinger, which, by the way, is
That's a great
name.
Wow.
For a writer.
Pete Goldfinger.
Next to DJ Fundipfinger.
Right, next to me, Fundipfinger. And Goldfinger, I'm just going to call him PDG. PDG, which, by the way, is still a great name, PDG. Yeah. Pete, for the layman's, wrote for a few movies that I'd had to turn my brain off to watch, and it was the Piranha movies. He wrote for Piranha and Piranha 2. And was there a Piranha 3D?
I was going to say Piranha 3D.
I don't know if he wrote for Piranha 3D. I'm going to look that up, but the thing is...
It was called Piranha 3 Double D.
Oh, Piranha...
that's what it was.
If he wrote that title...
Yeah, it was 3 Double D.
Kudos.
Yeah. It really
was. To PDG.
How many nicknames does this guy have now?
Yeah, PDG Goldfinger.
Pedro G.
If he's the one who's behind Piranha 3 Double D, then I guess he kind of redeemed himself in a way. And you know what? Guess what? He did right for Piranha 3D.
3D and 3 Double D.
And
wow.
So then Piranha 3D and 3 Double D.
Who wrote for Piranhaconda?
I don't think he wrote for Piranhaconda.
Wow.
Hopefully not.
No. Okay. Well, he definitely wrote for Avatar: The Last Airbender, the cartoon, not the movie. I know you guys got scared.
Yeah.
I would expect the latter than the former.
Right.
On a quick tangent, speaking of Saw and Jigsaw, what's your number one that you think your gnarliest torture from all of the movies that sticks with you right off the bat?
From Saw?
Any one of the Saws, yeah.
One thing that I always think about is when she's reaching to get that. What was she getting? A key?
A syringe.
Yeah. And her hand's caught in the glass.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one thing I can't.
Closes up on her.
I can't ever forget that. She's trying to, and then every time she pulls down,
it clamps on
her, and it's cutting her wrist.
That's my number one. Seriously,
that's my number one.
Mine?
Yeah. Wow. You know, great minds.
Mine was the one where the gentleman's standing up, and then all his joints are turning.
Oh yeah.
And then I forget who was it, with a guy or a girl had to figure out what was going on with the Jigsaw scenario at that time.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Come on, do it, do it." And then at the time, just all over.
That's brutal.
Yeah, that's wicked.
All attached to his neck, and it was gross.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah, wicked.
So overall, you're thinking that you think it's going to be fun. Is that what you think?
I don't know. It's going to be fun. I think they're gonna try to do something with it to try to turn it around a little bit. I hope.
You're thinking it's a cash grab though, right?
It's going to be, of course.
But I hope they definitely do go out with a bang.
Yeah, but how often does that even happen?
Never.
It doesn't happen often where movies go out.
It doesn't happen with this version. Well,
with many franchises in general.
Saw.
Yeah. I felt that a lot of franchises had chances to go out with a bang, and then they didn't. Okay, so basically we're covering all the horror movies that we felt are horror, classified horror genre to an extent for this month. And I mean, basically that's where we're at. And real quick sidebar, how great is my pumpkin, you guys? What do you think? What do you think of my pumpkin?
I've yet to see a
this
better
prop,
one.
the pumpkin, did you see? So, obviously I put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah, it's kind of.
It's like a mixture of Jack Skellington and somebody who doesn't know how to draw.
Yeah.
It's like a pissed off animator was like, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna
This
retaliate.
is a joke to the
Yeah, I got some. I got
What did
something. Yeah, it's like I got something for you.
What did you say earlier? You thought this was Mark? You asked me?
We coined this the half-ass lantern.
The half-ass lantern?
Yes.
Uh,
Because it looks like he started to like, oh, I'm gonna start carving this tonight.
I'm stenciling
and then
this.
tonight was 4 days ago.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is a stencil.
It was an ambitious effort. He like started out with a lot like good intentions and just decided today like, oh, I didn't finish it.
This
I
is
gotta
my
cut
stencil
that.
that
Oh.
I'm gonna cut this. Not in that form. I'm probably gonna erase what I drew because it's terrible. But I'm gonna eventually carve it. My sister got me this pumpkin. Or I might take it to work. I haven't decided. There's a lot of things I can do with this pumpkin. Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot that I can do with that pumpkin.
Yeah, there is.
Also, I love how I dressed up for the occasion a little.
I like
I,
it.
I like yours, the Jack Skellington.
We went for the Halloween theme.
You definitely did.
Yeah, of course.
Mark, I mean, wow.
I kind of take the trophy for tonight.
Yeah. Wow.
I will tell you this. So I found this shirt
Yeah.
at Hot Topic, and Hot Topic's expensive, right? So I found this shirt at Hot Topic, and it was on sale. It was like $10 plus 30% off.
Yeah, no.
30% of 10 is $3, so $7. I'm like, yeah, I'm buying this for $7, you guys. This is a steal.
Yeah.
So then I get the large. I'm like, just something comfortable. I'm not gonna wear medium because then I'm trying too hard.
Yeah, extra medium.
You know.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I get the large. I put it on today,
Yeah.
and I don't know about you, but I feel like
Wow.
I feel like this isn't really a large. I feel like this is a large. If I feel like this is a large if you're in the movie Happy Death Day.
I feel like I'm getting larger.
I feel like I'm the chubby guy in Happy Death Day who dies immediately.
Yeah.
In that movie. So I put the sweater on. Let's read it. I'm burning up from this. But I'm gonna go ahead and zip. Hey, pulled back the curtain. Sorry guys, I pulled back the curtain there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. We broke
now that's a
the
thing.
fourth wall.
That's a thing that's out there now. We're not taking that back. I'm not editing that part out about the shirt.